Had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Back to the air, Ryan after the pick six. And the return will stop right around the 25. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Kalen Ballage, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit. So
the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Ryan. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 2nd and 10, Ryan. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. Finding room to the 20. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. And on 4th and short, they snag a gain of over 30.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the shotgun, Ryan. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass, and the Falcons draw a bit closer. To throw for it is Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. McLeod now on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
From the 30 on second down, Roethlisberger flush to his right. Over the middle, complete. It's Harris. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Graham. And the Falcons are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 40. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And yet again, Ryan is intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
And as a defender, if you come with 2 interceptions in a game, that's pretty rare in the NFL. You might see one guy a weekend do that. But to have 2 in the first quarter, that's something you don't see all that often. I have a feeling they'll think twice about throwing in his direction too often.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Eric Harris who picks it. And the Falcons are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Meanwhile, Ryan's throw into the hands of Pitts here. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Looking to throw again on second down. Ryan, this one left side, caught by Patterson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. On third down, Patterson. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. From midfield now, here's Ryan. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And some room to work. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. From the gun, it's Ryan. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Ryan. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. T.J. Watt, the all-pro, in there to take him down. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. And this is going to be incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. Eric Ebron, 49 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point now by Boswell. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Cameron Sutton.
And the Steelers are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. From the 39, Roethlisberger.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
On third down, Roethlisberger.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. And that is incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game. From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They'll try and run with Balaj, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's Ryan.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And incomplete on the deep ball. And that'll do it for the end of the
the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. It's a squib kick fielded just inside the 20. And he returns this to the 22. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Roethlisberger on the draw. It's Harris. Powers by at the 40. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Here's Roethlisberger. It's brought in by Harris. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They run the counter. Harris. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Now it's 2nd and 9. Now here's another carry for Harris. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Duron Harmon. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 33. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. T.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Another try after the 1st down sack. Ryan. And that is caught. It's Ridley. A nice pickup there. 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. That's to the speedster Olamide Zaccheaus. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On 1st down, Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Throwing again, Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. And that's now 2 big catches on this drive for him.
You know, the NFL keeps talking about the possibility of using video for coaching on the sidelines. That's not approved yet, but you can still...
And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons cut into that lead. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion. And now we're back to a 1-score game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
On 2nd down now, it's Harris. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Now Harris. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Throwing now is Roethlisberger. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
One last shot for Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.